Hey, welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, a podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation.
They're talking about it.
I'm Nick.
I'm Kyle.
Hey, man, how are you?
So good.
Me too.
Glad to hear it.
Can I
Heard
ask-
you did some walking yesterday.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And it did not go as I hoped. Like, I mean, I put one foot in front of the other.
Hey, great Christmas song right there. Put one foot in front of the other. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a Christmas song?
It's from The Year Without a Santa Claus, or it's a Rankin and Bass.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, you saying that
And
now.
it's the old winter warlock dude is like
Stop
starting
motion.
to
It's
walk.
like-
The way you said that, it just like that's all that's in my head now.
Yeah, so I've been trying to challenge myself this summer to do things that are out of my comfort zone.
Yep.
And I'm creating this kind of like a short little video series that we'll post on Drep and Stone.
Right.
Just something different that, you know, showcases us as not the drinks experts that we are, but like things outside of that.
Right.
And one of those things was taking a walk.
Nice
a long
goal.
walk, if you will.
Yeah, it's not just a walk.
No.
Like what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Some hefty feats.
Yeah, with my feet.
Yeah, with your feats.
I set a goal to try and walk 50,000 steps.
Yep.
And ultimately, my goal is 100,000 steps.
Right.
And I attempted that yesterday, and it did go poorly.
Yeah. What spurred on the activation of the idea like of 100,000 steps in a day? You see that somewhere?
I don't remember anything specific, but it was kind of a nice round number, and I know that it's accomplishable. Like I know that you can
People
walk.
have done it?
People have done it. Yeah. 100,000 steps for me, my stride length would be something like 47 miles, 50 miles, somewhere in that range. And I know that's doable. Yeah. Your eyes, you got shocked eyes.
Is it really
that
that much?
It's,
I was just like in my head, I was thinking like, would that be about a?
I think
would that be
that's-
about a marathon?
And I know that is absolutely doable, but I know that is tough.
Yeah.
So it's
it's 2 marathons in a day
Yeah. So it's not a
worth of distance.
correct. It's not. It is accomplishable,
Right.
but it's that like mental. You got to get through that, and I love that idea.
You think like just hearing that now.
Yeah.
is that something that's accomplishable in a couple of months? You think that's something you think you could do by like the end of summer?
I think. So I was having
Like
this
the
conversation.
build up to it?
Yeah. No, I was having this conversation with Carol. I think it's a full send. I think it's you just do it because and why I think this way. It's not something like it is physically taxing, but I think the physicality of it is just like you're going to be tired.
Right.
So it's not something like, you know, doing an Ironman where you have to build up to this. It's something that our bodies just do naturally. You can naturally walk.
Right.
It's theoretically easy. So it's the mental block of that for me.
Right.
And maybe I'm just completely underestimating this, but I think you just do it. I think it's a full send, go.
How far did you go yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday before I failed.
You did 20.
I did 20,000. I could have kept going by all means. Like I was not physically tired.
Right.
I had some clothing rubbing issues.
Right.
Which
Chafing.
yeah, which stopped the whole process.
Right.
So if that was not the case, I am confident I could do 100,000 steps. Just
Gotcha.
going for it. So yeah. That's my goal, and I'm gonna create a video on it and do that.
Do the thing.
So, but yesterday did not go well. Yeah, all of that to say.
Well, you know, and I guess that's kind of like what I mean in terms of like, yeah, you do kind of you can't just go do it. You do have to prep for it. Understand
I see what you're saying.
What equipment, if that, what kind of scheduling.
Yeah,
things like it's not just a.
Okay.
All right, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm gonna go walk 100,000 steps.
No, okay, I see what you're saying. So in that case, no, I think
more prep.
I think
to
there
it.
is a little bit more thought process, sure, but I think it's for me that was just like a natural thing. It wasn't like I've got to build up to this. It's like okay, so I took a hiking bag with me. I had a backpack. I filled some water.
Yeah.
I knew roughly a route that I wanted to take that would take me back home. So like I think there is some preparation. It's not just like you wake up after a hard day of work or whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go walk 100,000
I'm not doing
steps.
anything today.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's like I can do this. I just got to do it. And
Yeah.
there's a bit of prep, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of bit of prep,
Bit of prep.
I see a bottle before us.
Yeah, no prep to it.
Well, you are going to have to open it because I still see the wrapper on it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fresh crack.
Oh,
This is a brand spanking new release. Like within the
Yeah.
past, like, couple of weeks.
yeah.
Saw this at the store. Didn't hesitate. Like, yep, let me get that. Because I've never had anything from Old Fitzgerald.
Yeah, this is a Heaven Hill product.
Yep.
Old Fitzgerald is actually a bottle that I've been seeking for quite some time.
Yeah.
The crystal decanter looking bottles, they're bottle and bond.
Yeah, those don't ever hang around very long.
And if you see them, they're rarely at a cost that's affordable.
Right, that's doable.
Correct.
Always highly allocated. I think this is also allocated, but I understand that it's with the intention that at some point in time it will just be like a regular part of their regular lineup.
And what is it?
It's the Old Fitzgerald 7-year wheated bourbon bottled in bond.
Okay, so it's still a bottle and bond. Interesting.
Yes.
Man, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Look
yeah.
at
I mean, it's very reminiscent to those really fancy decanters. Like it has a similar detailed aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
It's just a much taller, slender bottle.
Yeah.
Not the squat bottle.
Yeah, the other ones kind of remind me of the Sazerac rye bottle in a way. Like it's still it looks crystalline, if you will.
Yeah, it's got some nice details to it.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, little bottle words.
Hit me.
Many things have changed since 1870, but good taste is always in style. In the beginning, Old Fitzgerald was served exclusively in private clubs and on steamship and rail lines. By mid-century, it became a mainstay at the bar and the first choice for entertaining. Today, this 7-year-old expression of Old Fitzgerald is your key to hospitality.
Okay.
Made under the exacting standards of the Bottle and Bond Act with a whisper of wheat, a bourbon of this quality is worth sharing.
All right. Thanks, Heaven Hill.
Yeah, Kentucky straight bourbon, wheated bourbon mash bill, 100 proof.
Nice.
7-year-old.
So for it to be a bottle and bond, it's in a single warehouse under lock and key. It's it is 100 proof, and it is at least 4 years old. So that's how they're bumping it up. And there's some other things going on there too.
This was distilled in the spring of 2018.
Oh wow!
Which would make it 7 years old.
There you go.
It's got a little barcode, a little QR code that you can scan.
Yeah. What information does that give us?
Welcome. We're so glad you could make it. Thanks. We got some tasting notes. We got some seasonal accessories. So this is the spring release. They're going to do a fall. We'll have a gold band.
Oh, okay. This has got a green band.
Yeah. Yeah, this is January through June. Your key to hospitality.
All right.
I think it's 70 corn, 20 wheat, 10 MB.
Okay.
I think.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Cellophane wrapper.
Freshest of cracks. Love the cork. Like, cool little geometric design there. Got the old Fitz on the top. Here we go. Hear that pop.
That was a fresh pop. Thank you, sir. Ooh. Ooh.
It's a pour. Good looking whiskey.
I mean, and 7 years, that's a good age. And I think as we continue down our whiskey journey, we're only going to see bourbon get even older.
Agreed.
Which I think is really good in some ways. I think it's really bad in other ways. But I'm interested in the affordability that I think you're going to find more readily available.
Yeah. And if this is like a solid wheated bourbon, like I got this for right after tax, like $65.
Okay.
And all day.
All day.
Like if you can get a 7-year
Yeah.
wheated bourbon at 100 proof,
Yeah.
like that becomes more the norm. I'm really excited.
Yep, me too. All right. It's bourbon colored.
Straight down the middle. I wouldn't say it's on the dark side. Wouldn't say it's on the light side. Just right in the middle.
Yeah.
Brown liquor.
And it's in the glass.
In a glass.
And I'm going to sniff it.
Pretty
I
quintessential
was
on the
going to
nose.
say, dare I say, it smells like bourbon.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's like, whoa, that's interesting picking out there,
Yeah, it's just classic.
A little bit of a barrel note, but yeah, vanilla, a little bit of toffee in there.
Brown sugar, oak.
Yep.
All your classic notes.
Yep. Little Cheerio. Little Cheerio.
Yeah. A little bit of that wheat note.
It's been a minute since I've had a just straight bourbon. And nothing, nothing fancy age, nothing, just like a bourbon. And contemplated it.
Right.
So for me, it's just Yeah, like you said, straight down the middle.
Yeah. Smells great. Like, no problem.
Yeah, there's no problem there. I think it could be accented by a little more vanilla. Like if you just had just a little bit more of a prominent vanilla note, but there's nothing wrong.
To the palate.
I love that our pours here, like, you win. We getting a pour.
Hey, man. Fresh bottle. Don't need to be shy with it. Man, that's delightful.
I am going to say it is not straight down the middle on the palate, though. Ooh. Got a little bit of hug. Hold on, Kyle. Hold my hand. My hand.
Here it comes.
That's not my hand.
Whoa.
Okay. You can let go.
Okay.
Actually, you don't have to.
I didn't.
I noticed. Why is your other hand on my leg, though?
Man, we're just getting comfortable.
Okay. Now, to me, it obviously it's bourbon, but there is a little bit more of a bitter that I get on the very front of the palate that becomes interesting to me.
Man, I don't know what, like, it is easy drinking.
It is super easy drinking.
For 100 proof. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have a hefty bite.
Nope.
But it's got a ton of flavor.
Yeah, it does. It's got a ton of flavor, and that's the predominant note for me is brown sugar sweetness.
Yeah.
In not a way that becomes overwhelming. It's a way that's like almost like creme brulee. Mm-hmm. Not like super charred or burned, but just like this is a sweet that's present. And it is more of that dark sweet, but it's not like, oh my, wow, that's too sweet. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but it's like I'm able to like really like just like let it wash over my palate.
Yeah.
And like I'm never like, too much.
Yeah.
Like I can just kind of like really sit with it, which really lets everything kind of speak even more. Like there's a really wonderful bitter on the back end.
Yeah.
But it is just kind of like a brown sugar syrup throughout. Somewhere mid palate, I get that cereal wheated note. Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, I do the. I've come to try kind of another way of tasting lately, and that's holding the liquid in my mouth for just a second, swallowing it, and then breathing out through my nose. And like that releases some just other kinds of notes for me. And what I'm getting when that happens is this like really beautiful oaky vanilla that just, it reminds me of like a men's barbershop. You know, like what, obviously I wasn't alive, of what like a barbershop in the 30s would be like. You know, like those kinds of just like really, oaky kind of masculine smells, if you will.
Right.
Like a little bit of a tobacco note too, but just like, just
a whiff,
just so even keel and just easy going.
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting out of something that's 100 proof.
Yeah, for sure. Was really happy to find this at MSRP because I'm sure like for the first year or so, it's going to be hard to do.
Agreed.
Because they're going to go so fast.
Yeah. And you probably hit it just right of like.
Yeah, they must have like just put them out that day.
Yeah.
Like I've heard like already like, again, doing a little bit of research last night after I picked this up. They're already on secondary. They're already like trying to get flipped and stuff like that. And I think it's going to end up being like an Elijah Craig toasted or something like that. Like it's going to be probably pretty hard to find for a bit, but then it'll jump out and be just about everywhere. Ideally. Good stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's something that happens with all of these new bourbon releases is that, because the bourbon market is what it is that people are going to flock to that thing because it's new. They're going to jump on it. They're going to try and get as much as they can. You're going to have the flippers flipping. You're going to have that secondary market boom for a little bit, and then you're going to have that kind of die down and settle down once the market kind of acclimates to it. And if this is indeed, as they've said, going to be a readily available product, it's going to, like you said, it's going to be difficult to find it first. You just happen to hit it at the right second, and then it'll level out, and you'll see it everywhere. If that is indeed the case.
I just finished a bottle of Larceny Barrel Proof.
Yep.
Wish I hadn't now. Would like
to have
that
good
to compare notes with. Would be more likely now to pick up another one.
The Larceny Barrel Proof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the bottle that I just finished. That's a good pour. Because Bernheim is wheated.
Yep. Larceny's wheated.
Larceny's wheated. Also Heaven Hill. And Bernheim, I feel like, has a cask strength
Maybe.
bottling.
Yeah,
But it is not common to see that thing. I feel like I know where there's one.
I can visualize the bottle, but I don't know if I'm just visualizing the Bernheim, the regular Bernheim bottle with the wheat.
It almost looks like a Woodford bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's got that wheat on the label.
Yep.
I might be likely to go pick that up now.
Yeah.
If it's not a bad price.
Yeah. I mean, overall solid. And especially at $70. Let's just say $70.
Right.
You know, like would I pay secondary for this? No. And even if like I was like, man, I really want that, you know, that I think that's a good price range for it.
Out of left field, I'm doing it.
What?
We're gonna throw this up against something.
Okay. The wall?
Now we're gonna throw this up against Bardstown Wheated Bourbon.
Okay.
At 106 proof, so it's got a little bit of proof on it, but it's 6 years.
Yeah, and this is the one that's like completely theirs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah. Ooh.
This is a bit of a 2-for-1 because we haven't featured this on the podcast either. But yes, this is the Origin series. This is 100% Bardstown distillate.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So yeah, I think that's a really fair comparison.
Agreed.
6, it's 1 year difference and
Couple
6
proof points higher.
Points. Like, yeah, Bardstown's a little higher proof, but a little less in age.
Yep.
So
Exact same color.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, exact same color.
like literally the exact same color.
Yeah, you'd have to get like a crazy spectrometer to tell the color difference.
Right.
By the eye, ain't no color difference. On the nose, man, I can see it. I can see the threads going on there on the nose.
Yeah.
Although
like,
I will say I think the Old Fitz is a little sweeter on the nose. Yeah. I mean, they're so close though.
they are remarkably similar.
I'm gonna say just a hair sweeter.
Yeah, I could give it that, but I'm almost like attributing it, as silly as it sounds, to the Bardstown having just a bit more proof. It kind of like twinges my nose a bit more.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like I think that might be muting the sweetness on my nose.
All right, I'm going to the palate of the Bardstown. Oh, I think the Bardstown's sweeter on the palate though. It's like a brighter sweet.
I'm doing science right now. I have to hold all my comments until
Okay,
results are in.
that's fine. You engage in that scientific method, buddy.
All right, after going back and forth for a second.
Hit me with the science.
All right.
Science!
What I'm getting is Bardstown has a much more barrel note.
Okay.
I think the bitter comes through much more stronger. After doing that, and you go back to the Old Fitz, I feel like has a more fruity kind of a thing happening. Bit of like maybe strawberry.
On the money, man, for sure.
Yeah, it
leans like strawberry jam.
Yeah, like
or preserves.
Bit jammy.
Interesting.
Woo. Yeah, Bardstown goes to more like oaky barrel and honey.
Yeah.
And Old Fitz goes more like strawberry syrup.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like a strawberry syrup you put on like a sundae, like that kind of strawberry syrup.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's sweeter because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that red syrup they got at like IHOP.
Yeah. Exactly.
A little dollop of that. Bloop.
Both are fantastic. And that's a cool pairing together.
Yeah. Needed to be done.
Yeah. Agreed. This is where science works.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Okay. So of these two, now that we've paired them together, Kyle, you got one other pour. Which are you going to take?
For my palate,
Yep.
It's probably going to be the Bardstown.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I think it has that stronger bitter presence, that stronger ochre presence. I really like that.
Yeah.
And I like the slide into it that you get of that honey sweet sliding into the oaky bitter.
That's exactly what it is.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love that all day long. Old Fitz is great, and it's kind of more of like a hill of like it jumps up to this like fruity sweetness.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't quite come all the way down into the as much bitter as I would like.
Yeah. I see exactly what you're saying, and I think for me, that's where I'm going to go with the Old Fitz. Contrary to my norm, I love the sweet on the Old Fitz.
Yeah.
That I know.
It's coming across like sweet tea now.
It really is, and like to me, it's that like it's a complex sweet, and
Yep.
that's what makes it interesting to me. It's where you're getting the interesting, and I love the bitter on the Bardstown, where you're getting the interesting note on the bitter of the Bardstown. I'm getting the complexity and the interesting on the sweet of the Old Fitz, and that to me right now is just speaking.
Yep.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm really excited that this is like where bourbon is right now.
What do you mean?
That you can get two really great bottles like this
Yep.
at a price point of around $50 to $60.
Yep.
Nuts.
And I hope, man, fingers and toes and nose hairs crossed, I hope that is the trend that's going to stay true.
Yeah, well, as long as like that's what's happening, I feel like it has to. Like,
Yeah.
as long as there are bottles out there that exist like this, I don't see how anybody can really play that card of peerless.
Peerless.
Yeah, like I just don't think that model works.
Yeah.
Like you come out with this flash bang of like, oh man, that must be some really good juice. But if these guys are going to put this out
Right.
for almost half the price, I don't see how that model works anymore.
Well, and I think what you're seeing and what we're going to experience over the next 5 years of bourbon is the beginning of the real bourbon boom. Like you said that the Old Fitz was 2018. I'm going to say that is the start of, oh, we've got to distill stuff right now because people want it. And so over the next 5 years for us, as these things are being released, you're going to see more of that. Because, like, let's say...
So what do you mean by boom?
I think, and I know that other people will disagree, but I think, like, the ramping up of the love of bourbon, let's call it 2016, 2017.
Right.
Okay?
Right there for us.
Correct.
We were part of that.
Yeah. We didn't start Drep and Stone until 2019, where that's where it's like, it's rampant. Like, we're in it. Then you have the post-COVID huge slump of like bourbon's hard to find. Like, I mean, you can find bourbon, but like I'm saying, like
I think for the companies, that was their boom. It was like, man, we can't even keep this stuff on the shelf.
that's what I'm saying.
We're booming right now.
Right.
And it's
right.
hard to find. It's hard to get.
Right.
But now,
But remember, a bourbon distiller is always 4 to 5 years ahead of the market,
Right.
theoretically. So that's what I'm saying. They realized in 2019, oh buddy.
right,
So they started ramping up distillation. So
adding in warehouses.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we're starting to see those bottles now.
Yes.
From the response to that. So you're going to see more bottles like this Old Fitz where like, oh, this was the response. So now like we're creating something that's more readily available because now we're 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road. And all right, here we go.
And what I'm kind of getting at is like, I don't think it's going to look like a boom. It's going to look like a boom in terms of what's available.
Yeah.
Because I'm already seeing it. Like,
Oh, well,
like
you go to a
bottles
store,
that
you
were
see trays on
unicorns.
it. Oh yeah, man.
A few years ago.
Absolutely.
On they're on every shelf now.
For sure.
Easily findable. So I think now what you're going to see is a bunch of stuff that's available that may not be moving quite as much.
Right.
I think anytime you get something new, especially with the name, like that's the thing about this bottle, is it's got the name Old Fitzgerald on it.
Exactly.
And anybody that's in the game knows and recognizes that name and would absolutely love to get a bottle of Old Fitz. That's exactly why I bought it.
Oh yeah,
I saw it. I saw it in the bag. I was like, "Oh my god, $60? Yes, like absolutely, I'll take one."
Never
of those.
having had one, I'm taking you home.
Yeah, I want to see what this is about. So 100%, I think there will be a boom in availability.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the bourbon boom from 5 years ago where everything was immediately getting purchased and it was hard to find stuff.
Exactly.
Like that boom, I think, has already had its day.
That's exactly. I think we're saying the same thing. Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Like the
it's not going to be a market boom.
The consumer,
it's going to be an availability boom.
Correct. The consumer boom has already occurred.
Yeah.
Now the response to that consumer boom is what we're about to experience.
Right.
And I think that that's the tough part. That other,
and those of us still in the game that are willing to pay those premium prices,
right?
I think we're going to be rewarded with
Yes.
there's going to be a lot more age-stated whiskeys
Correct.
available.
Correct.
A great example is Henry McKenna 10.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, when we first got into it, it
Hard
was like,
to find.
well, not even that, but it was also when we first got into the game, it was like a $40 bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Then it jumped up to like $100 bottle.
Yep.
And then it slowly backed down, and now I know 3 stores right now off the top of my head that I could go to and get a bottle for around like 50.
Yep, absolutely. Same.
You know?
Same.
Incredible.
And
to see that journey.
And that is the market at work, I think.
Right.
It's
Agreed.
okay, this is good stuff. Oh, scarcity. We got to ramp up the price to just kind of mitigate that. And like, okay, we're producing more. Here it is.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Do Old Grandad.
Absolutely.
You know? Like, but the weird thing about Old Grandad is that the price never changed on it.
The availability,
the scarcity of it did for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you remember
never
when
changed price.
We went to that one store in Tampa and we're like, you got 6 bikes.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, we're getting all of them right now.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm like, I go everywhere. I'm like, Old Grandad's on the shelf, still $32.
Yeah, never changed. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why did that one never change?
I don't know.
Why did that one
I have
never?
no idea.
Like that what is it? The Old Grandad. Is it 15? Is it 15?
Oh,
year?
the one that was like you could. Yeah. I think it was 15.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
like that one. Yeah, we want 200 for that. Keep it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
You can have that.
Yeah, I'll enjoy that one sitting there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Because you ain't beating $32
All day.
114.
I don't need an age statement.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't
man.
care.
Enjoy it.
Give me that peanut brittle.
Yeah, that's an ugly bottle too.
The 15 year.
Yeah, the color scheme like that.
It's
What are y'all
gross.
doing? Y'all didn't change the bottle. You just changed the sticker.
That's a $150 sticker. I'm telling you.
I don't
right
think
now.
so. I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think that we as the bourbon consumer are going to reap the benefits of that.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, what that means though is that now there's going to be a decline. You have the ebb and flow of it all. So I mean, we've already seen that. We've already discussed this a bit too. Is that you're gonna see that decline, and that's going to then create scarcity and back and forth.
Yeah, but I think for whatever reason we just got really lucky, and we are going to be primed for all of it.
Sure.
Of like, so now, because there are going to be all these extra stocks built up that they're not moving as fastly as they needed it to be based off of the market 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They're going to hold on to that stuff and do more interesting stuff with it, do more interesting
For sure.
bottlings.
Yeah.
Maybe some experimental stuff. Like, you know,
And I'm for it.
Yeah, me too. Like, I think we're just primed for it. Like, younger generations aren't as into it as ours is.
Uh-huh.
So again,
Yeah.
it just makes itself available for us.
Well, and I've seen that with like, you know, the amount of just, I already mentioned it, but Trace on the shelf, just regular Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
So now I think what you're going to see is Sazerac going, cool, we've got a lot of Buffalo Trace right now. Let's throw it in a port wine barrel.
Right.
And, you know, you can market it as something completely different. It doesn't have to be just standard Buffalo Trace, but like, you know, we've got all this stuff and we're not moving it. So let's put it in a wine barrel for 6 months and see what that does. And now we have a new product that's going to generate some more
Now we got Buffalo Trace.
Madeira cask.
Right.
You know, whatever. And do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Yeah. And so I am.
Port finished Buffalo Trace.
Correct.
What does that do?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know, but I'll give you $70 to try it and see what it does.
Right. Hopefully it's only 30 though. But like, I'll give you 70, but hopefully it's 30.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You know what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah. No, totally agree. And I think that's where we're going. And I think that's, again, I think that's great for us.
Oh yeah.
Because like that's where it's going. You know, Eagle Rare, the announcement for Eagle Rare 12.
Oh yeah.
You know, this over the past week of like, why are you doing that? Well, because we got to
because we got a lot of
We
it.
got a ton of Eagle Rare 10 that we ain't moving.
Yeah.
So we need to get like some more interest into it. So we just changed that 10 to a 12.
Well, and it's so
And all of a
funny
sudden,
because
wow.
like what in the last 3 years, 4 years, they dropped the 10. And so remember, like the bottles used to say Eagle Rare 10 year.
No. It's always been 10. I think
No.
they took single barrel off because it used to be a single barrel, and now because it's mechanically poured, they can't guarantee single barrel.
Is that right?
I think it's always been 10.
I'm thinking of Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden was a 10 year. Then they dropped.
But yeah, I don't think Eagle's ever taken the 10 off.
It
used to be Eagle Rare 10
yeah.
single barrel, and they had to take that moniker off because they couldn't guarantee
Interesting
that it would be a single barrel anymore because
see.
they weren't hand pouring anymore.
Gotcha.
So when it became a mechanical process,
I'm
there's
thinking
a chance that that's from other things.
I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden, like
they took off 10?
Yeah, it used to have, because I have a bottle. I saved that bottle because it's the first bottle of Basil Hayden I had. And it had...
You saved it because of the 10, not because it's mediocre juice?
I saved it because it was my like first nice bourbon. That's why I have that bottle still.
Right.
It was like Carol bought me. This was 2014, 2013.
And it's the same juice?
What do you mean?
Or you just have the bottle?
No, I just have the bottle.
Oh, okay.
That's like way gone at this
like,
point. No, because that was the bottle that I had you try before any of this started.
Oh, yeah.
Like really early in
Right.
like even our friendship.
Right.
Like, oh, you're interested in bourbon. I have this.
Yeah, try this.
Yeah, so it's
Look
still
at that paper on the bottle.
exactly. It's
See that?
oversized.
Yeah, what?
It's sexy.
It's nice.
Yeah, you see that 10 year, right?
Yeah.
But it used to come in this like cool, like cedary carton sleeve kind of thing. I still have that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, it sure did.
And it said, and it was in that like weird, like tin kind of like tack thing that says 10 years on it.
Right.
Yeah. And so I'm that's where I'm getting that from. They took that off because it's not on there anymore.
Right.
And maybe they've added it. I don't think they have, but I'm not like searching for Basil Hayden anymore.
Why not?
You said mediocre juice. That's why.
Yeah, no. I for whatever reason, I think it's a simulation at play. But for whatever reason, like we are just in the sweet spot of like I think we get to benefit from the best of both sides of it.
Well, and I think we
got in the game early enough that we
Yep.
were able to get some cool stuff, try some fun things, see that rise and become unavailable, but now seeing it all come back, all while the industry itself is growing and doing more stuff while demand is dropping.
Well, and what I was going to say is
that
I think for us too, we got into Scotch and Irish whiskey at roughly the same time. So all the things that we wanted out of bourbon, we saw in Scotch and went, oh yeah, there it is. And then now just in the conversations we've had recently with a couple guests, we're starting to see that like full circle kind of like return to that.
Did we get into Scotch because bourbon was stupid at the time?
Yeah, 100%. There's no way not.
I just assumed we did it for flavor because we enjoyed Scotch more. But I think there is certainly an element that it was like, no, there's more interesting things that we can readily get on that side of the game.
Yeah.
Because bourbon's being
stupid
right now.
Well, and I think it was our response in some ways as creators and people, obviously doing the podcast of like, we don't have the desire to hunt like everyone's doing. We don't have the desire to like spend ungodly amounts on bottles because that's not us. That's also not sustainable.
Right.
And we are also more mindful, not saying that like, people can't go do that, but we're more mindful of like, this is a bottle, you're just going to pop it on your shelf and like, it's a museum kind of thing. So for us, I think it was also we want interesting things and it just happened to dovetail very nicely with our growing tastes.
Right. Incredible. That's wild. Never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But that's totally it.
I think so. I think it's twofold of the things that we wanted to see in bourbon, we couldn't get and we couldn't find.
But it was already there.
It was already there for Scotch.
Yeah.
And so like
been there.
Yeah, we love Scotch and like my love of Scotch is well documented and I don't think that's going to change. But that's exactly it.
Yeah. Good things for us.
I think all good things. Yeah. Yeah.
We're so lucky.
Truly, I think we are. And I think that, like, I was literally thinking about this the other day. I was sitting in the whiskey cave by myself. I was thinking about, Drep and Stone. I was thinking about literally like a variation of this conversation of like how interesting of when we started this and when our whiskey journey started.
Yep.
And how all of those, like the confluence of all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And that, like, I think what we've done, I don't want to say like smartly on our part, but like smartly on our part is like, it's not pigeonholed into one thing.
Right.
And I think you see a lot of people that got into the bourbon game later than we did. There's all this almost like a kind of a scramble of like, okay, so all of this stuff is basically the same.
Right.
What do we do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I also like credited us to the fact that like we got into it simply because like it was investigation.
Absolutely.
We were curious and trying to understand the liquid. Yep. Not out of like, it was never out of, I want that so that I can get it and flip it into this. And it was never that. Like I've ran into so many or had so many experiences with people that were like, oh yeah, like I won a lottery to get this bottle.
Yeah.
And I just immediately turned around and
yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se, except that it.
No, I'm just saying like for us,
yeah,
it was
exactly.
always about like, no, like I want that so that I can experience
exactly
that.
And I don't think you have to look any further than other people within the spirits sphere, if you will, that like all they were doing was chasing X bottle because X bottle was hard to find,
right? Not
and
necessarily because like you wanted to try X bottle,
right? And I think that in some ways for us it was, here's what we can get our hands on, and we're just average dudes and we're not willing to spend
probably above average.
Well, you are.
No,
you're
I mean,
above average.
Together, we are above average.
Okay, I'll agree to that just because we're in front of each other and together, and this is our podcast and we can say say what we want. But okay, so we are just two above average dudes, who have an interest in this thing, but we're also unwilling to spend the kind of money that it takes to have those other kinds of experiences,
right?
And so like neither one of us, like we're willing to drop some cash on bottles. I'm not gonna say we're not,
right?
But we're not willing to, like, there was just a program release today. There was a Macallan that was like $6,000. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money.
No chance.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that. Even if I win some crazy lottery kind of thing, like, I don't think so, man.
Right.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Not into it.
We were chasing, like, we always had those kind of things, interesting things in the back of our mind, but we weren't willing to do that and spend that kind of money. So for us, it was more about like, what can we find? What is the journey that we can have in a reasonable perspective? And I think that's served us very well because that's the, again, average person's experience.
Right.
Like I go back to other content creators that we're not fans of, but we know of, where they can walk into a store and drop $600 on a bottle and not blink.
Right.
And my question is, and the cynic in me goes to, are you doing that because you want the bottle and you want to try the bottle, or are you doing that because you know that's going to get you views?
Yeah, like I always remember there's that one dude that for a while there, I don't see him anymore. I wonder if he just ran out of cash, but would like go into a bar and be like, hey, what's the most expensive pour you got?
Yeah.
And would get it, but then be like, hey, can I get it as an old fashioned, or can I get it with Coke? And we're just like, okay, yeah, you're doing this just to be extravagant. Correct. And to just kind of be flashy.
Yeah, you don't want the experience.
You don't really care what it is, what it tastes like, the work that went into it.
No.
You don't really care about any of that stuff. You're just trying to get views.
Right.
And okay, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've always said that that's like what is for us the most important thing is like, no, I don't want to have an opportunity to have that bottle and not experience that bottle. Like if once I've got it,
yeah,
and then like I understand either that's not for me, or that it's not worth the hype, or that its value on secondary whatever exceeds more than what it's worth to me to just have it.
Yeah.
I understand all of that, and if that's your thing, yeah, absolutely go for it. But for me, it's always been about investigation and the experience of it.
Agreed. And I think that I don't want to toot our own horns in terms of a genuine understanding of the thing, but I think that that's what we've cultivated.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we've had, how many times, man, have we had the opportunity to have bottles that are high priced and, dare I say, inaccessible, and like the ability to have that, like we could have spent, I'll give you an example. Multiple times we could have spent coin to get the Pappy 23. How many times have we, we've walked into stores and we've seen it and it's there, it's available, we can buy it, sure. But I'm not willing to, A, spend that much money, because I know that this is all just part of the whiskey industrial complex, if you will.
Right.
And B, I want that bottle for the sole purpose of the investigation of the bottle, not to turn it around and make content on it.
Right.
And maybe that's a downfall of how we, maybe
legit.
And maybe it's just a downfall of like how we've approached the podcast
right.
and the social
Our
media
philosophy
stuff.
towards
Sure.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
But I would rather maintain the genuine investigation than just seeking how many views and downloads and likes.
Well, that, and I think it's like a bit of a, gamble too, of like, I always like, there was a point in time I was at a restaurant where I could have gotten a Pappy. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
But a pour of a Pappy for, I want to say it was a 23 year, but I could have got a pour for like $30 and didn't do it because this was early enough in the journey that I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And at that point in time, $30 for a pour was like, you kidding me? Like, I can go get a whole bottle of whiskey for less than that.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it. We could have went that day at the Springs, and had something for like, I think it was like $50 a pour.
Yep.
Maybe we should have done it. Maybe we would have had that experience. But like, I still argue that it wasn't the right time.
Nope.
It wouldn't have been what we wanted out of it.
And
I'm still not convinced that it's any better than this wheated bourbon right here.
And maybe it's complete naivete. Maybe it is.
Nothing in my experience says that it's.
Agree with you.
Yeah.
But when we do have that thing, and we will eventually, I know we will eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually prices will come back down, and it'll come back down to reality.
Sure, or it's right place, right time.
Hit to a spot where it's like, I'm comfortable in paying that in this moment.
Now, exactly, and now I feel in a space where I can firmly judge that thing. And I know that people would say like, okay, so you've been thinking about this for the last 6 or so years, and like, now is it going to live up to that? And I get that. But I think for me, I'm in a position where if I were to have a 23-year-old bourbon, I can legitimately say, yes, that thing is 100% worth it and amazing. Or I can say that thing is all hype and it's good, but it's not as worth the discussion as everyone's given it in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I think it's more so that it's that you're at a point now where you could have it and you can actually discuss it based off of its character and qualities,
right?
Not based off of how much you paid for it.
Correct.
It's like I can set that aside and I can say now, oh yeah, no, this is what it is.
Yep.
Or if you'd have had it 5 years ago, you'd have been like, best whiskey I've ever had.
And I think
bar none. Or worst whiskey I've ever had, bar none, because of how expensive it is.
Correct.
It's definitely not worth that. I think we're at a point now where when we do the thing, it can just be like, what do you think about that regardless?
Yeah. Yeah.
And not have to contend with that.
Exactly.
I don't think we ever could have got there before that.
And I think it comes from just the amassing of the experiences.
Yeah.
It's, it's not only and I think that this is where we're poised in such a unique situation. Not that other people don't like whiskey, whiskey Y as a whole.
All of it.
But like for us, it's all of it.
Yeah.
It is the pantheon of all of the things. It's not just bourbon. It's not just rye. It's not just Scotch and Irish and Australian and Taiwanese and blah, blah. It's all of it.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes the discernment of the thing against all the other experiences versus here is the cost of this bottle and
that means it's going to have it's going to be this good. It costs this much, so then when you're drinking it, oh wow, that is.
I mean, it's that old argument that we've had before, like, is driving a Lamborghini a better experience than driving a Ford Pinto? I would like to say absolutely yes, because it's a Pinto versus a Lamborghini. But also you're paying for the exclusivity of driving something with that name and that bull on the tag. Versus,
but like I feel like Lamborghini to Pinto is not
that's not right.
It's driving a Lamborghini with the logo on it, but then also driving a Lamborghini that doesn't have the logo on it. It has a different name on it.
Oh, yeah.
Now compare.
Sure.
You know, it's just now you don't have that Lamborghini logo on it, so everybody doesn't know you're driving a Lamborghini. You're still in that experience.
Yeah.
But now it is just, it doesn't have that exclusivity.
That right there, that's the flex.
Yeah.
That is the true flex. I think it's like
somebody tried to then, all right, Lamborghini made this thing and my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to try to get something that's to that level, but our name's not Lamborghini.
Right.
So we've got to try to match their aesthetic and style and craft and all of that.
Yeah.
And now this is our version of it. And obviously we can't charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for our version because we don't have the reputation to back it up.
Yeah.
But it might be just as good.
Nah, here's
might be better.
Here's what I'm saying. I see exactly what you mean. I'm saying it's that difference. You've seen that stuff of like the old money versus new money, like, you know, people on Instagram doing that stuff.
Right.
Where like new money might, like, I have a Balenciaga shirt and I'm wearing that and it says Balenciaga across the front, but old money is wearing
Tommy Hilfiger.
No, like it's just a shirt, but that shirt might cost $800, but there's nothing about.
But
that
you
shirt.
don't know, yeah,
exactly. So like it's that I bought a 23-year Pappy or I bought a 70-year-old Macallan and I put in my own decanter because I don't care.
Yeah,
because I'm interested in not what the label says. I'm not interested in what the stuff surrounding it. I'm interested in the liquid itself. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Would you buy that Louis Vuitton bag
right
if it didn't have those LVs all over it?
Yeah.
And it was just
exactly
plain leather.
Right.
No, you wouldn't. Not for that price.
No.
You need people to know.
I bought the LV bag.
Yeah.
I would rather decant that thing and be like, what do you think about that? Oh, that whiskey's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. If you could just have it on the regular, yeah, absolutely. But
or
that would never be the case.
Somebody looks at you and
put it in my own decanter and then say, hey, can I have whatever you get in there?
You can't have that.
What is it? We don't need to say, but no, you cannot have that.
We don't need to say, but it's
I don't want you to know that I've got that thing so that you're like, can I have some of that? Can I have some of that? Can I have some of that? Can I have some of that?
No. Now the
you don't need to know what it is.
The bigger,
but no, you cannot have it.
I still think like the bigger flex would be like, can I have some of that? No. What is it? It's a Jim Beam product. It is 114 proof. It starts with O, and you can't have none of it.
And it's the best whiskey. And if you want some, you can go get some.
But you ain't having this one.
But he ain't having this one. This one's mine.
That to me, that's the funnier play.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else? Because that's it.
Still got a little whiskey in my glass. I'm still going back and forth.
Can I tell you what? Like I had another pour in this conversation.
Yep.
And I poured the Old Fitzgerald.
You sure did.
I did.
If I were to go back, I still think I'd go Bardstown.
I don't disagree with you. Fantastic stuff.
Yep.
We'd love to know, what do you think about the brand new Old Fitzgerald 7-year bottle and bond release?
Yeah. Have you been able to locate that anywhere and get it at a good price? And if you have, what do you think about it?
And if you have, what have you paired with it? Because that to me is interesting too.
Yep. That's always the greatest thing about all of this is being able to like let it have a conversation with something else. And that allows you to discover other things. And it's just good shit.
It is good.
Good fun shit.
Well, you can get in contact with us through email. That's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
On social media, it's usually, no, it's always one word. DREP and Stone. Come find us, like a thing, share a thing, comment on a thing, and we'll look at your things.
Yeah. And we'd also love it if you support the podcast. You can do so through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/drepandstone. You can support the podcast by rating Drep and Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one. And finally, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
You can support Drep and Stone by telling someone about the podcast.
You're traveling out somewhere this summer.
Sure.
Couldn't be a better opportunity to spread the good word of Drep and Stone.
Absolutely.
Reach out and let somebody know.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.